9th of November. Can we just, with this fucking aspect, 1:31 a.m., Moon at 29 degrees of Gemini, squaring Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. And if you had some fucked up dreams, yes, you did. Yes, you did. If you've got like this moon in Gemini being ruled over by a fucking Mercury in Sagittarius, the level of crisis that this could feel like is big, okay, is big. This square, like, your dreams will be fucked or you'll be awake. I'm telling you. If you don't remember your dreams will be fucked. If you wake up feeling exhausted, this is why, right? Because that square to Neptune, the moon will go void with that square to Neptune, right? Which is also making this semi-sextile to Uranus. Okay, so this is hazy as fuck energy, right? And Uranus in Taurus at 29 degrees as well. Like, we are calling back the last 8 years of lessons that we have had in regards to evolution, in regards to being present, in regards to money, in regards to stability, okay? And this is so much crisis energy, my friends. You know, we've got this moon squaring and making a semi-sextile at the same time, basically, right? With chaos. With chaos. Uranus is chaos. Neptune is haze, okay? And then we get this 4-11 where we have to let go of something, right? So the moon will be in Cancer then. Just be careful of that overnight aspect, okay? November 8th to November 9th. If you have people in your life who really are having a hard time mentally, emotionally, spiritually, check in on them, please, because this shit is really fucking difficult to deal with, okay? Especially then we're letting something go within this Lilith space, and that is about shame and guilt. And the moon in Cancer brings up a lot of fucking feelings, okay? And Cancer energy at Aries degree, right? This is about feelings. This is about nurturing. This is about the mother. This is about not feeling like you deserved kind of love and nurturing because of how you experienced growing up as a child. This is all of these things, right? So people who are struggling with their self-introspection, or they've been going through some trauma shit, like, this is scary energy for that, okay? Now, 4:34 a.m., obviously this is where we start seeing some kind of compromise energy needs to be brought into this picture, okay? Like, something about learning to nurture yourself, being secure within yourself, it needs to hold hands with the parts of you that you hide in the shadow, okay? And the reason why 4:39 a.m., there is something that you've been stuck on, right? And a decision needs to be made. And it's about learning how to nurture yourself, right? It's about finding your inner security. And then at 5:51 p.m., the energy will shift into I'm going to say positive, but the rest of the fucking day is very annoying. Okay, so this trine to Venus, this is like a water trine, and this is on the grand water trine that is fucking in the sky that we've been dealing with. Okay, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy all being very active, and this is where these two energies are trying to cooperate with each other. Okay, so the moon in Cancer is wanting to be nurtured, it's wanting to feel safe, it's wanting to feel beautiful, it's wanting to like take a minute to smell the roses and understand who loves me, right? And Venus at 2 degrees of Scorpio, so we're being a little bit of an emotional detective. Venus in Scorpio also brings forward a lot of spicy kind of feelings, sexual energy stuff coming up, and also distrust in relationships, okay? And being that this is at a Taurus degree, it could be really wanting to show you how you've recovered from something not trusting in relationships. But it can also be a little bit like, even though they want to kind of work in harmony, like, where is the harmony between Cancer and Scorpio, right? Well, Cancer is about your security and Scorpio is about like shared resources and, you know, what happens when we share dark secrets and taboo situations, right? So we're looking for a nurturing space that we can have darkness in one-on-one dynamics, okay? And then we get 708, and this is 3 degrees Sagittarius Mars, and it's probably one of the most curious kind of Mars in Sagittarius that you'll have, right? Because Mars in Sagittarius is very much like, I'm doing it my fucking way, okay? And so this is where there's a compromise energy because something emotional needs to be taken care of here. There's an emotional information which needs us to slow down, but Mars at Sag at that Gemini degree. It wants to fucking move, right? So there is this compromise that needs to be made because something within your childhood wound space is going to kick up, right? Something's going to kick up and it's going to want to like be heard, right? So we need to sit with something for a bit in order to move through and sort that information 11:42 a.m. into this mentality shifting where we can be a little bit more analytical about something, and we need to feel some kind of weird tension. We might not be able to move through it yet, right? Then when 5:32 p.m. that moon makes a biquintal with Mars, and we need to let something go. Right now, the moon at 9 degrees of Cancer is really talking about your inner beliefs, right? Your wisdom, your higher philosophy around self-nurture, around what you need for security. Okay. And Mercury at and Mars at 3 degrees of Sagittarius, right? It is being curious, but also it wants to move really fucking quickly, right? So where within this space do we need to let go of an idea? We very likely need to let go of an idea around nurturing and what we think we're worth within that space. And you could feel like a lot of anger that needs to come up in order to let go of that, right? And then you're going to have to release yourself from the guilt of that anger, of that rage, of holding on to some kind of shame situation. And you're going to need to do that from like a protecting your heart kind of space, right? 7:07 p.m. And then 11:17 p.m. we get a biquintal to Mercury, and that's the moon at the Pisces degree. And it's really saying like, can you be fucking analytical here and really understand like the different categories that you need to sort through in order to integrate and understand your mother wound, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. And Mercury will retrograde on the 10th. So this is like this last bit of Mercury at 6 degrees, and it's being analytical and it's looking for details and it's going on a bit of a truth-seeking fucking mission. And then on the next day, it's going to go retrograde. We're going back through. We're going to go find the information that it needs to prove its truth. Okay? So that's what I got for you. If you want to book an appointment, you can do so through my website. Otherwise, good luck. Frustrating as fuck day. Stay weird.